What's up, y'all? Alright, I'm back for part 2 of the first video of the New Orleans Saints versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2010 loss. And since I record this off my phone, I don't have a lot of space. Ran out of space, so I had to upload the first video. And now I'm coming back to you with part 2. So, I last left off on talking about the defense, talking about total team stats. And was just getting to that business about the total amount of plays, the total amount of rushes, the total amount of turnovers, and kind of like how we were into that game. We were locked dead nuts in that game all the way into the fourth quarter when all hell broke loose and Dark Emperor, Dart Sith, Tom Brady got Mike Evans, the cool, out there like a attack dog, and you got Bruce Arians, who totally had no business of being on the sideline. Because he's not a coach anymore, and he helped sick Mike Evans on our guy, number 23, Marshawn Lattimore, one of the number one corner in the league. Get him kicked out of the game when you have cheap shot Mike Evans runs up at the whim of Tom Brady and Bruce Arians, who did not belong on the side of the field where the coaches and team is, hits Marshawn after Leonard pushes him, and Marshawn pushes Leonard back for defending himself. Cheap shots our guy, and they both get kicked out, which was bullshit. But that was one of the few bad calls that was going on in that game, which I'm not really highlighting that so much because it was more than that got us to lose. I'm not putting the calls on whatever solely on that game, but that Marshawn Lattimore toss out definitely was bullshit. But anyways, I digress. We're finishing this up with talking about the defense, man. Just pretty much how week one, obviously we struggled with run protection, run stoppage. You know what I'm saying? As a defense known for not allowing a 100-yard rusher in so many games, Cordell Patterson ran for like fucking, what was this? Like I said, 22 attempts, 120 yards. You know what I mean? And that's no good. That's not our reputation. That's not how we roll. And that was week one. And I told you again, that was on account of Marcus Mariota being a running quarterback, and we didn't play him like the typical Tom Brady or one of these statue quarterbacks who you could just, tee off on. Was trying to play containment with him, and in that process, sacrifice the run, with the running backs. But dealing with a Tom Brady who's going to stay in the pocket, who's going to, where we don't really have to worry about nothing else but the running game. We clamped down Leonard Fournette friggin' 24 attempts, 65 yards, 2.7 yards per carry. And this is what he did on Dallas. I'm pretty sure I did this on the first video, but I just wanted to add this in just to make sure anyway. Dallas, 21 attempts, 127 yards, 6 yards per carry. So we took off 4 yards per carry, and he almost pretty much 3 attempts short of what they had against Dallas. But again, defense played lights out. Alontae Taylor, that small amount of time that he filled in for Marshawn, he looked great. He looked good. But sad to say, we had to put our rookie on IR after Thursday. Apparently, he hurt his knee in practice. And I think the new rules is if you get put on IR in a season, you have to. No, it's not new rules, but in the season, I'm pretty sure it's 4 weeks minimum. Or I think they changed it to 3, but it's like 4 or 3 weeks minimum. You have to be put on that list that you can't practice anything. I mean, he wasn't out there starting. He was mainly playing on special teams as a gunner. And, he was going to get, try to share time. Once Paulson Adebo came back and Bradley Roby switched to nickel. We was going to try to get him some time in, swapping out with Bradley Roby. And the time he filled in with Lattimore for that little bit of time, he looked well, but don't know what happened. He hurt his knee in practice, so now he's on IR. But, and again, I think Shy Tuttle, defensive tackle, I think he led the team in tackles with 9. But again, Pete Warner showing why the Saints were not hesitant on not re-signing Quan Alexander. he's pretty. Look, dude, that dude's been the best player on the team in the past 2 weeks. Period. Period. Like it's just no questioning it. Um, Again, hopefully, I think Paulson Adebo will be back this week, and that's huge, knowing how much of a MVP camp he's had. Pretty much all the guys who cover him, Ross Jackson, you know what I'm saying, freaking Nick Underhill, and all these other people who are on foot checking out the camp, mini camp, and OTAs. He was the guy who pretty much before Michael Thomas reappeared, he was camp MVP. So hopefully we get him back this week. He suffered a high ankle sprain. They just released that. Before it was just like, we didn't know what was going on. It was ankle. We didn't know what it was with the ankle, but now we found out high ankle sprain. But, again, I really don't have nothing to say about the defense because, they've been handling their job. And, Justin Evans looks like he's doing good. He's okay, but, they'll kind of try to pick on him a little bit as a nickel corner. But, again, once Paulson Adebo comes back, Bradley Roby is going to go back. He could go to nickel. You know what I'm saying? And, that'll be that. But, again, we really wanted this win. We need, this win in the Dome, and, everybody's doom and gloom and all this and all that. And just to add a short segment, don't want to really make this a big thing, but I just want to say 2 weeks into the season with pretty much brand new receivers is not going to get me to waiver on Jameis Winston. I know he didn't have his best game. I know there were things that, he could have done better, and I'm not absolving him from that. But I do know this. He's done his job with 9 starts, and he had, this is his first really bad game that wasn't like a whole team-wide oriented. Last year against Carolina wasn't great. It was a bad game, but it wasn't really like, it's Jameis' fault. It was coaches missing COVID, protection on offensive line was garbage, but all in all, 2 weeks isn't going to get me to turn on that guy. I know he didn't have his best game. I pray that he is better, like feeling better, and he doesn't get in a panic mode because, again, he played decent, except for the 2 times he could have ran for a first down and didn't, but that was like because of the back pain stuff. He was hesitant. But, a few throws he'll want back, but I'm not wavering or turning on this dude after 2 weeks of football. I got a guy on Twitter I know. He's basically like, dude, we haven't started 2-0 since like 2013, so I don't care about 2-0. We're 1-1 when we probably should be 0-2, but we escaped from that because of Atlanta. It's just Atlanta. But 1-1, one bad game, and then you look at Tom Brady. I'm telling you, his game wasn't better. It was just that Jameis at the end threw the interceptions that started from the Mark Ingram fumble. And after the fight broke out and all that stuff, that was a snafu. That was an anomaly in his tenure as a Saints quarterback of even getting into that mode. Prior to that, he's done everything we needed him to do. Except for I personally just want him to get the ball out quicker. I'm okay. He doesn't, he's playing the game as it should be, and he's learning his new wide receivers with Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry. He didn't play with none of those guys last year at all. Deontay Harris, Traquan Smith, and Marquez Callaway was his number 1, 2, and 3, and those guys are now their 4, 5, and 6. Look at that. He did that with the 4, 5s, and 6s who were last year 1, 2, and 3s. Anyway, just to get off that, need a few more weeks of bad play other like that to get me to start acting crazy and sky's falling. I saw a lot of good things in gameplay. I saw a lot of good things from him. I saw a lot of good things from the offense that can lead to the possibility of this is who we are. But all in all, Tampa's defense is good, and we cannot forget that. So take that with a grain of salt. Pretty much everything, quarterback play, everything was the same all the way up into the 4th quarter when the turnovers happened. But Tom Brady and freaking Jameis played pretty much the same game. They both wasn't spectacular, and it was a defensive performance. So, he ain't doing nothing that these other quarterbacks ain't doing. Look, Joe Burrow, 5 turnovers week 1. Derek Carr, 3 turnovers. Matthew Stafford 4 turnovers. Right? Bengals 0-2. Raiders 0-2. And they definitely have better talent name-wise cohesively on their teams than that we have, as far as, you know, proven and you've seen all that work together. So let's not jump off cliffs. Let's not go crazy. Let this team gel. Let this guy gel with his receivers. His new number 1, 2, and 3s. So, Carolina, on to these guys. Like again, what I said is, we got to go back to our identity, and our identity is what was in the first series of the Saints versus Tampa game. That drive mixed with the end of Tampa's game of spread offense, throw the ball, our guys versus your guys. Let's see who fucking wins this. You know what I'm saying? Who can win these matches between these 3 studs at receiver, and you leave the nothing cheap, nothing deep, go cheap with Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, and Tony Jones. You know what I'm saying? We see and realize, hey, that's our offense. Those 2 forms, the end of the 4th quarter against the Falcons and the first drive of Tampa, and we good, we Gucci. Let's take advantage of this Carolina team they've all openly not or saying they're not happy with their coach. You know what I mean? Baker Mayfield still trying to, see what's going on. Christian McCaffrey, he can only do so much. DJ Moore is a very good receiver. Robbie Anderson, is so-so. We got to capitalize. Defense, I know they could shut that down. Outside of Baker being a little mobile, not Marcus Mariota, not Lamar Jackson type-ish, but he's a little mobile. We still want to watch that. I saw an interview, I forgot, from a lineman. I don't know if it was Kentavious Street or Cam or Marcus Davenport. One of them said he's an annoying mobile, annoying scrambler. You know what I'm saying? Not one of those guys who's going to take off and just kill you with his legs all the time like Jalen, something like that. But enough for a mistake to happen and we back on this prevent how we was against Mariota. Keep him in the pocket. Show him that he can beat us with his arm. You know what I'm saying? I hate that it's cliche. I feel like I'm just repeating that from everybody. But, just contain him. Even if he runs, let's try to get pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to discredit nobody on that offense, but who's public enemy number 1, Christian McCaffrey. Let Marshawn Lattimore handle DJ Moore, and let our other Honey, Marcus May, hopefully Paulson the Debo plays tomorrow. Let him handle Robbie and whoever else I might not know about. There might be some good guys that I don't know, I haven't mentioned, but let's defense gonna be defense. Don't have much to say about them. Pete Warner and D Davis, they gonna do their thing, but I would like to see at least 2 sacks. And again, it's just the offense. That's what I say. We need to be fluent. We need to 4 out of 13 third downs through 2 games so far is unacceptable. We need to convert more. We need to just show us and the other team we have an identity, and we don't care if this guy is getting the ball. You have to stop him. And let's get Taysom Hill out there on more packages that's not just him coming in the 4th down and catching the ball and running up the middle. Look, they know this. If you're going to do that, at least throw in some plays where he's actually throwing the ball to keep him honest, when he's back there. But again, I want him more involved, but the main guys out there on offense, we need to get a fluidity, and we need to just get some continuity going. And again, like I said, only one person needs to be getting the ball forced to them. That's Michael Thomas, because he's on guard, but straight up, he's a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? AJ Terrell, the guy who didn't allow any touchdowns on him last year, allowed it 2 on Michael. So, that just shows you how dominant he is. So, and let's just go out there I just want to see a rhythm from the offense. You know what I'm saying? All I need is a rhythm, just, you know, a rhythm. Show that they're comfortable. But again, that's pretty much all I could think of for right now. Hopefully we come out with a win tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do these post-game interviews at least right after the game, or friggin' at least earlier than the week than this. I know this is unacceptable to be like the day before, like, oh yeah, man. Oh crap. Oh yeah, man. The day before bullshit. We're not gonna do that again. Thank y'all for watching me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do better. I will get better, and let's just do this, man, and root for these boys tomorrow. Who that?